everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to the final episode of my TEW series with Impact Wrestling. Everything has been building to this lockdown pay-per-view. What a perfect time to end it. If that comes as a shock to you, make sure to check the last episode that went up, which was like a TEW update. This is the last one. This is it. This massive blow-off show is the final one. So I'm going to pull out all the stops. I really am going to pull out all the stops. And yeah, I'm going to hopefully put on a great show for us. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to do. I'll get on with the show and book it. Hopefully nothing happens beforehand and no one gets injured. But you never know with this game. So let's get on with it. Right, so I've booked the show. You should know the matches by now. I won't show you them again like I have done the last few times. I kind of just want this to be quite a succinct style of an ending. But yeah, I've booked the show now. It is very good. I'm very proud of it. If it flops, it flops. But I don't think it'll flop in your guys' mind. But yeah, this is like my baby now, and it's finishing. But without further ado, let's get into this show. Let's get into the final show of the series and see how it does. See how all my work has culminated into one. But yeah, let's find out. So we kick off on the pre-show with the Battle Royal that we all talked about. Which was a 50-man Battle Royal. Male, female wrestlers were all in it. We also had some very strong surprises. W. Morrissey was a very strong surprise. We also had Brian Pillman Jr. in there. Who else did we have in there? We had, oh my god, Stu Bennett was in there. Jacob Fatu was in there. LA Park was in there. Low Key was in there. Leo Rush was in there. Obviously W. Morrissey, Trevor Murdoch was in there. We had some big debut, big names in this Battle Royal to just pop the crowd a little bit. It was a 46 rating, which is bloody good when you've got some of the weaker wrestlers in there. EC3 was hindered by his injury. Nevaeh got a broken toe, apparently. This progressed a lot of the sub-segments in the show. So you got Shamrock versus Fulton was progressed, even though it didn't need to be. EC3 versus Brendan Webb. Warriors of Paint storyline, etc, etc, etc. All got extended during this. Apparently LA Pat was off his game. But the announcing work was really good. And yeah, pretty good one. The winner was Rick Swan. It was going to be Warhorse who made it to the final four, but it pissed off Stu Bennett, it pissed off Leo Rush, and it pissed off everybody. So we went with Rick Swan, which is still a good person to go with, someone who hasn't had many opportunities. W. Morrissey was also in that final four with Stu Bennett. W. Morrissey was the final elimination and got the most eliminations over the course of the match. So W. Morrissey getting a massive push during this match, but I just didn't want him to win it. I wanted, someone else to win it, but while putting over W. Morrissey because we don't really know what he's like in the ring. So yeah, 46 rating, really good stuff. And we kick off the show with a 66 rated segment, which is just a video package to kick off the show. You had Rosemary in there, Jeff Hardy, Miro, Elijah Burke, Eddie Edwards, Ace Austin, Johnny Gargano, all in there. And obviously Mick Foley doing the video package talking about all these matches, blah blah blah. So yeah, but we kick off the show with the Ace Austin versus Johnny Gargano match, which is a 59 rated match. Really good stuff here. Ace Austin defeating Johnny Gargano in about 15 minutes by pinfall with the fold. This makes defense number 2 for Ace Austin now. Johnny Gargano got 58, Ace Austin 55. Really good stuff there. But after the match, we have the return of Sami Callihan. He's back. Sami Callihan, lights flicker, blah blah, as Ace Austin is celebrating. Sami Callihan turns up with his bat, absolutely starts battering Johnny Gargano, chases Ace Austin out the ring. Ace Austin gets out there before he gets in harm's way. Sami Callihan is back. The storyline with Johnny Gargano refreshes. Obviously, we won't see what happens with that, but the main thing is that Sami Callihan is back and he's coming back for Johnny Gargano, who injured him in the first place. Then we've got a 50 rated match. Wow. Between the women, which Rosemary won the Knockouts title, as this is my final one. I wasn't going to have Rosemary win it, but as it's the final one, I don't care who wins it. So we're just kind of pulling it all on the people I want it to be on at the end. But yeah, Rosemary won the match after scoring the final pinfall. But during the match, Su Yung attacked Kairi Hojo, costing her the match. And costing her the title. Kairi Hojo got 44, Jordynne Grace 47, Rosemary 45, Tasha Steelz 34, and Thunder Rosa 43. Really good stuff there. Even Tasha Steelz put it in her weight, you know, not too well, but putting it enough to get it to a 50. I'm really happy with that. Next up is a 55 rated match. Holy crap, this show's going to be good, isn't it? This is the steel cage match between the Rascals and the North. Yeah, Trey Miguel won the match. The Rascals won the match when Trey Miguel pinned Ethan Page. Trey Miguel 52, Desmond Xavier 47, Zachary Wentz 48, Dominic Guarini 40, 46 for Ethan Page and 49 for Josh Alexander. Really good stuff by these guys. This is the big blow off, and 55 rating is a class blow off match. You know, we haven't had a match below 50 yet. This is really good stuff. Obviously, that is going to change, but this is really good stuff. Afterwards, we have a 67 rated segment where Jeff Hardy thanks Foley for the opportunity to be in a #1 contenders match. Obviously, that would be to then face a champion at Slammiversary. Mick Foley warns him, this is no great opportunity. You have got to face one of the most dangerous people in the company, so do not take him lightly. And obviously Jeff Hardy is taking that advice on board. And we have a 45 rated segment. I knew this was going to be a match below 50, which is why I wasn't too excited. Jake Crist retires Rob Van Dam with a super kick. Jake Crist 44, Rob Van Dam 45. Obviously they don't have good chemistry at all, so that is why it wasn't a great match. It's one of those things, you wish it was better, but you just, unfortunately, it just never was going to be. Afterwards, we have a 52 rated segment where this is RVD's goodbye. So you have all the veterans, the Mike Chiotas, the Jeff Hardys, the Mick Foleys, the Ken Shamrocks, the Tommy Dreamers, and the Petey Williamses, alongside a lot of the other roster, but mainly the old boys of the wrestling ring, come out and congratulate Rob Van Dam. The crowd give him a standing ovation, etc, etc. But yeah, really good stuff there. Then we have a 73. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy crap, that's our best match ever. I knew this was going to be a good match. I didn't expect a 73. There's no storyline heat. There's absolutely no storyline heat. Holy crap. Miro and Jeff Hardy have great chemistry, apparently. Miro with a 64, Jeff Hardy with a 70. 73! Holy shit! Bloody hell! Oh my god. Then we have a 58 rated segment where the Sons of Perfection defeated the Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles. Joe Hennig pinned Alex Shelley with a McGillicudder. Alex Shelley 64, Chris Sabin 55, Joe Hennig 45, and David Boy Smith Jr. 41. Again, I wasn't going to put it on the Sons of Perfection, but with this being the final one, it's quite nice to just end it with a bunch of the people getting the titles that they deserve, sort of thing, and finishing with the titles that they deserve. I still can't get over the 73. I mean, Jesus. I mean, this is one hell of a show. What a way to end it. If the main event flops now, I'm going to cry. Speaking of the main event, there's a hype package just before the match with Mick Foley and EC3, two great performers on the mic, talking about this. Obviously, EC3 talking from a wrestler's point of view, Mick Foley talking from a authority point of view. What is the match going to be? The big blow-off, the match that has been planned from almost the beginning. The Kingdom versus the Rebels. 54, that's probably as good as I could have wished. The Rebels defeated the Kingdom in a War Games match. 35 minutes. Eddie Edwards submitted Elijah Burke with the Achilles lock at the end, obviously with weapons and stuff in there. Karl Anderson sustained a broken nose. Eddie Edwards sustained a chronic shoulder pain. That probably contributed to the match rating being a little bit worse than maybe it could have been. Eddie Edwards 57, Karl Anderson 50, Doc Gallows 49, Moose 54, Willie Mack 47, Chris Bay 44, Shane Taylor 44, Chris Bay 55, Fred Yehi 51, Jonathan Gresham 54, and Elijah Burke 49. The worst performer being Shane Taylor. That's not bad though, that's kind of what I expected. During the match, Doc Gallows, Karl Anderson, Eddie Edwards and Chris Bay all took stump bumps. We had to pull out all the stops, and we really did. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be the best match on the show, but they still performed to a very high standard, resulting in what? Oh God, the locker room was not happy with Elijah Burke after his botch got Eddie Edwards hurt. Whoops. What does it result in? 55 rated pay-per-view. It could have been maybe a little bit better, but I mean, it's all on that main event, isn't it? And we knew we weren't putting the best match on last. We were just putting the right match on last. What a show, though. 55 rated show. To finish it off, nothing flopped. That's what I'm quite happy with. Everything performed to probably as good as I thought it possibly could. Maybe the main event could have gotten to maybe 57, 58, but it's only a couple of points here and there. It's not that big of a deal. But what a show. And the match between Miro and Jeff Hardy being the best on the show and being the best ever in Impact Wrestling, I can't put into words how great that is. So many people leaving. What is Davey saying? Apparently W. Morrissey doesn't have it. I think he does, but that's just what they're saying. A pay rise request from Curtis Axel. Yeah, you can have it. I don't have to deal with the consequences, so I don't care. But yeah, what a show. What a bloody show that was. What did our size come to in the end? We got to that 38 mark in a lot of the regions, 29 in others. You know, we didn't quite reach that 50 in the southeast, but it's still brilliant show, etc. Franchise players. Jake Crist is one of the franchise players at the moment. When you look at who's hot and who's not, you know, the obvious choices are there that have been there for a while. You look at the merch. Jeff Hardy's selling 10 grand so far. We're not even at the end of the month. Yes, just some great stuff. I'm really chuffed to bits with all of this. Really am chuffed to bits. When you look at the top 100 shows, obviously, it wasn't up there, really, was it? It was really far down, actually. Lockdown pay-per-view being our worst pay-per-view yet. Yeah, being our worst pay-per-view. The Lockdown pay-per-view being the worst one yet. But as I said, like, that is due to how TEW works. The fact that, you know, it wasn't going to be our best match on last. It's similar to why the Royal Rumbles on TEW never seem to do well, because Royal Rumbles never get the best rating, but yet they can still be fun. You know, this was a fun show. It wasn't going to be the best show, it was just a fun show. It's just one of the things in TEW, that's kind of how it works. Matches, though, we did have the best match ever in Impact Wrestling between Jeff Hardy and Miro. Did I expect it to be the best match ever? Maybe, but I don't know. Just without the storyline heat, I didn't expect it to bump it up. I was expecting, you know, it to be mid-60s sort of thing, and even that would have been one hell of a match. You know, we don't get many 60s. You know, what, 20 60s, 21 60 rated matches or above in our time doing this, and that's not many really. You know, when you actually think about it. That is not many at all. But yeah, to get a first 70 in a final match is just incredible. Attendances, again, it probably wouldn't be that high. Oh yeah, the attendances wasn't that high because I forgot to change the venue. That might have had some impact actually on it, no pun intended. But it doesn't bother me. That was such a good show, such a good way to end the series. I wanted to go through obviously all the history and everything that has happened during this series because it has been just downright brilliant. The champions finishing the series is Rosemary, Ace Austin, the Sons of Perfection, and Chris Bay, with Moose still being TNA champion. Oh boy, what a time to be alive. I mean, I don't really know what the biggest storyline was. The Johnny Gargano one is 62 at the moment. The Bound for Glory series is 65. So that's the highest one. Was the Bound for Glory series really our best storyline, technically? Yeah, Bound for Glory series was our best storyline. It was the first one I ever made. But yeah, that's bloody brilliant. And our main eventers right at the end. Who were our main eventers? Major stars were Ace Austin, Jake Crist, Jeff Hardy, Mick Foley, Miro, and Moose were the stars at the end. Did Jeff Hardy actually improve in popularity? No, he didn't. I thought he might have done because of the match, but Jake Crist definitely has improved in popularity. To be honest with you, Jake Crist has probably been one of the best performers. He was someone I had absolutely no plans for. Oh, balls. I'm mucking this up right at the end. Of course I'd muck it up right at the end. So yeah, Jake Crist was someone that I didn't really have many plans for, and then he outperformed Tommy Dreamer in his first match, and I was like, actually, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, maybe he's got something about him. And then I put him against Hernandez, and he performed really well there. And then I realised that we kind of had a star in the making here, and then that's when he just kept performing and performing and performing. He got into the Ultimate X match, even though he wasn't in the plans to be in the Ultimate X match. It was actually meant to be Cousin Jake in the Ultimate X match. But he just outperformed everyone. Every single time we put him in the ring, he performed to a very high ability. And he deserves to be a main eventer right towards the end. Obviously, Ace Austin performing brilliantly across the series as well. But yeah, that is it. That is it for TEW. I will return to TEW at some point. It's a game I really enjoy. But I've lost my passion for it at the moment, so I'm going to take a big break from it. I don't know how long I'll be away from TEW, but yeah, do check out all my other stuff on the channel, because I do have a lot always coming out, and this frees up a lot of my time to start new projects. You know, my FM series, I am, with my Football Manager stuff, I'm trying to slowly just do it more naturally, and then, as in like only having one going at a time, so then I have more time to do other series, you know, or just random one-off episodes of different things, just so I've become a variety channel a bit more. This is the end. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, do put a comment down below of other series ideas, other things you'll be interested in me doing. Obviously I still produce wrestling content, it just won't be TEW for the foreseeable future. But yeah, hit that like button to tell me that you've enjoyed this series, and you know, and just enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure, honestly, to have done this series. This series has helped my channel a lot, so I owe a lot to it. But yeah, for the last time, thank you for watching my TEW series with Impact Wrestling, and I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya! That was a nice way to end it. I'm happy with that.